Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Wealthy Mindset. It's yours truly, Money Making Mitch. And as usual, guys, this is not financial advice. Please do your own due diligence and research. So the registration numbers are in, and NEO is starting to tick back up. And they also implemented some things that will help ensure registration continues to go up. Because a lot of people, that's what they are concerned about, the registrations, not understanding that NEO's revenue is going to come from many different segments, especially as the CEO pointed out, is going to come, we're going to start selling chips, especially to our partnerships like Cherry, Chang'an, Geely, SAIC, etc., as well as Skyos, which is going to bring in incredible amount of revenue. But what else is happening? Well, let's start with this. NEO registration for week ending June 22nd was 5,170. Yes, you heard that right. Up 9.3%, which is not a lot. But bear in mind that Onvo L90 is going to be released next month instead of August. Tesla was 15,500, a decrease of 10.97%, which is not a lot in terms of the decreased. Onvo was 1,450, up 17.89%. Yes, you heard that right. From 1,230. Firefly had 470 units, up 6.82% from 440, and had 23,231 in May. This is NEO as a whole, up 13.8% from 20,544 in the same period last year. So every year we're up year over year, but NEO needs to increase that numbers, and this is the year we're going to do that. In terms of we're up year over year, but we're going to be up year over year in a more massive manner coming very shortly. Firefly had 3,680 in its first full month, which is not bad for a brand new brand. So what else is happening to help NEO increase its numbers? Well, we know the Onvo L90 is going to be released next month. We know the L80 is coming. We know the ES9 is coming, which is that luxurious SUV, which will be basically the equivalent to the ET9, but in an SUV in terms of technology. And it'll probably be even more technologically advanced than an ET9 because it'll be in the NT 3.0 platform. And by that time, NEO's technological advancement will increase again, especially due to Quen. I talked about that in previous videos. But what else is NEO doing to ensure their delivery numbers keep going up? Well, NEO Firefly launches a BAS plan, which it didn't have previously, lowering purchase price threshold by over 30%. Yes, you heard that right. This is incredible, guys, for a boutique premium car. Firefly launched a BAS, which is battery as a service. Instead of buying the car with the battery, you can buy the car and rent the battery. Starting price at 11,120 US dollars. Unbelievable. Something like this in America, if an American car company were to produce a technologically advanced EV like this, if they had the technology to do it and they did it, which they don't, but if they did it, this would be about $38,000, $40,000 here in America. $11,120, a drop of over 30% from the starting price. It includes the battery pack. Firefly originally planned to launch its BAS plan on August. So just like with Onvo, it stepped its game up and it's doing it a month earlier. Way more than a month earlier in this case. The sub-brand Firefly, which focuses on small electric vehicles, basically really designed for Europe, has launched a battery rental car purchase plan ahead of schedule as one of its main strategies to stimulate sales. Excuse me, guys. Firefly announced today the launch of its BAS as a service, battery as a service purchase plan, reducing the starting price of its sale model to $11,120, a decrease from 40,000 RMB, the starting price that includes the battery pack. The NIO sub-brand had originally planned to launch the BaaS plan on August, and the early launch may specifically the starting price for the entry-level variant of the Firefly under the BaaS scheme had been reduced. So it also goes on to say the starting price, excuse me guys, the starting price, the sub-brand had originally planned to launch a BaaS plan on August 1st, and the battery degradation affects the value of vehicles in the second-hand market. And we always spoke about this. Battery degradation, when someone tries to resell that car, well, we talked about the fact that the car is worthless after 8 years. An EV is worthless, especially a Tesla, you know, the Xpeng, all of them without battery as a service. And this is why so many EV companies have teamed up with NIO, and they're going to start releasing battery swap enabled models this year. So especially, I did a video yesterday where I showed Geely is getting ready to release theirs. They filed with the MIIT to use our battery swap station, bringing in even more revenue for NIO. And the second-hand market, NIO just came out and said battery degradation affects the value of vehicles in the second-hand market. Yes, because a lot of people don't want to buy them because of that. Even here in America, someone will not buy a Tesla Model 3 after it reaches a certain mileage. But under the BaaS model, the battery packs do not belong to the owners, so they do not need to worry about economic losses. This is the key. And this is why I said some people will learn the hard way and they will never go back to buying dog poop, cat poop, rat poop, and bat poop, smelly guano Tesla. They will not go back to buying an Xpeng when they realize they had no resale value. But it says, so they do not need to worry about economic losses caused by battery depreciation, Firefly emphasized. At the same time, the battery rental service company provides battery warranties. Yes. So users do not need to purchase additional battery insurance or worry about battery warranty issues, the brand said. Firefly launched its first model, the Firefly EV, on April 19, announcing its BaaS rental purchase plan would be available on August 1st, but they just started it early. It has just started over a month early. This move differed from the approach taken by NIO's main brand and its Onvo sub-brand that targets the family car market. Both brands announced their BaaS plan directly when launching new models, and the decision to launch a BaaS plan ahead of schedule was a great move for NIO to help increase sales yet again. And it says in May, Firefly delivered 3,680 units during its first full month of deliveries. So with this BaaS plan, do we expect to see an uptick in deliveries for the next full month of Firefly? That's the question. Because according to NIO, 80% of people buying NIO cars choose battery as a service. 80%. Whilst the naysayers were saying, stop building battery swap stations, just focus on selling cars. It says, based on a weekly insurance registration, Firefly volumes for the first 2 weeks of June were 500 and 440 units respectively. So it'll be very interesting to see for the full month of July what happens with Firefly sales. While everyone look on the weekly numbers, I focus on monthly and yearly. So I hope you guys found this video yet again to be informational, inspirational, and motivational. If so, guys, don't forget to hit that thumbs up. Takes a lot of time to do these videos and the editing. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you might want to think about doing so, because in this channel, we are waking up the middle class for the first time to get a major piece of the pie from the ground level up as to how the games are played on Wall Street. And like 50 said, we get rich or we die trying, guys.